We had some foggy morning today with skies at fair, temperatures at 68 degrees, winds going southwest at 3 miles per hour, the humidity at 42%, and a barometric pressure at 30.03 and falling. Now for our area condition, Linton at partly cloudy at 68, Odin mostly cloudy at 67, Washington fair at 68, and Sumner, Illinois at mostly cloudy at 70. Now as we take a look at our U.S. current temperature map, in our area, temperatures are looking a bit cooler in the 50s and 60s with Chicago, Illinois at 61 degrees. Now for the southern plains, temperatures are in the 70s, 80s, and 90s with Dallas, Texas at 78 degrees. Now as we look into the west, temperatures are looking a bit warmer than it was yesterday in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, well into the hundreds in Death Valley with not Dallas, Texas, but San Jose, California at 64 degrees and Reno, Nevada at 81 degrees. Now let's move into our frontal map. Now, much of the west, they have clear and dry conditions. Now, these are due to these high pressure systems over Idaho and the Four Corner region. In the Atlantic coast, though, there's some scattered showers and thunderstorms from the Carolinas all the way up to Rhode Island. Now, we're expecting this stationary front to move into our area and stall once again into our area, which is bringing us some chance of showers this weekend. Take a look at our forecast. Well, for tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance of rain, patchy fog at a low of 47. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy, 30% chance of rain, south wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour with a high of 66. Then tomorrow night's condition, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of rain, light southeast wind with a low of 51. For our extended forecast, showers are likely, a 70% chance Sunday, mostly cloudy at a high of 64 and a low of 50. Then Monday, partly sunny at a high of 69 and a low of 52. And there's also a 30% chance for Tuesday, partly sunny skies, warming up at a high of 70 and a low of 54. So for those folks looking forward to being outdoor this weekend, Mitch, my advice is to pack an umbrella and maybe wear a sweater as well.
Will do, Danny. Thanks. It's Friday night, and that means high school football is in the spotlight. Cody Cully joins us with a preview of tonight's area games. Cody?
Thanks, Mitch. The North Knox Warriors finally come off the road for a home game, and the Lincoln Owls look to build off more momentum from last week's victory over Jasper. I'll have more when we return.
On Masterpiece Mystery.
Call the guinea pigs, would you?
College hired out the lodgings to a pharmaceutical company for a drug trial.
What kind of drug trial? It's an antidepressant.
It's a Class C drug. It's illegal.
Unless it's prescribed by a doctor, which I am. That girl died because of his pills.
Strictly speaking, she died because someone killed her.
It must have been someone in this house.
But I don't want to name names.
Sure you do.
You want to calm down?
Inspector Lewis on Masterpiece Mystery.
Warriors celebrate homecoming. Good evening, everyone. For WVUT Sports, I'm Cody Cully. The North Knox Warriors entertained Duggar in their annual homecoming game. The Bulldogs are winless on the season and have given up 97 points in their last 2 outings. Meanwhile, North Knox will center their attack around running back Zach Stevens, who is closing on the 1,000-yard rushing mark. Stevens has rushed for over 800 yards and scored 12 touchdowns through 6 games. Kickoff is set for 7:30. Fresh off a win over arch rival Jasper, the Lincoln Owls venture into Illinois tonight to take on the KZ Warriors. Last year, KZ beat the Owls 41-13 at Inman Field. Lincoln continues to hang its hat on quarterback Gunnar Hutchinson, who's thrown for over 600 yards and 4 touchdowns. Lincoln coach John Hayden would like to see his team establish a running attack to keep defenses from focusing on stopping the pass. As a team, the Owls are averaging a little over 2 yards per carry. Patrick Toole is the team's leading rusher with 256 yards on the season. Tamika Cashings finished her special day the right way. After being announced as the league's most valuable player earlier Thursday, she had 12 points and 13 rebounds to help the Indiana Fever defeat the Atlanta Dream 82-74 in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Tangelia Smith led the Fever in scoring with 25 points, while Lindsey Harding had 17 for Atlanta. Game 2 of the best-of-3 series is Sunday in Atlanta. Simone Augustus had 21 points and 7 assists to lead the Lynx to a 95-67 victory over the Phoenix Mercury in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals last night. Maya Moore scored 13 of her 15 points in the first quarter, and Candace Wiggins added 14 off the bench for the top-seeded Lynx. A victory in Game 2 on Sunday in Phoenix would put Minnesota in the franchise's first WNBA Finals. The St. Louis Cardinals hurt their wild card hopes last night by blowing a 4-run lead in the ninth and losing to the New York Mets 8-6. The loss dropped St. Louis 2 games behind idle Atlanta for the wild card, with each team having 6 games left. The Cardinals lost for only the 3rd time in 16 games. Ahead 6-2, the Cardinals walked 3 batters and helping the Mets take the lead. Willie Harris drew a walk and began the inning, capped it with a tie-breaking 2-run single with 2 outs. Albert Pujols and Alan Craig homered for the Cardinals. Matt Moore struck out 11 in 5 innings of his first Major League start, and the Rays unloaded on the Yankees for a 15-8 victory Thursday, a night after New York clinched the AL East title. The Rays avoided a 4-game sweep and pulled within 2 games of idle Boston in the AL wildcard race. Both teams have 6 games left. B.J. Upton was a double shy of the cycle in 4 at-bats. Ben Zobrist homered among his 3 hits, and Johnny Damon also connected for Tampa Bay. NASCAR's stop this week is in New Hampshire for the Sylvania 300. Jimmy Johnson is featured in this week's NASCAR Minute.
As Jimmy Johnson attempts to win his unprecedented 6th straight Cup title, he reflects on being pushed to the brink in his drive for 5 last year.
We stuck together through some dark times and tough times and the reality of maybe not winning the championship, and we didn't lose our cool. We actually turned it around and put pressure on the other guys, which I think speaks to our team's maturity and where we're going there.
Johnson's motivation to win a 6th straight championship comes from his passion for racing, and he credits his success to the 48 team's longevity.
That core group of guys has been there since I walked in the doors in 2000 and started driving or was hired by Hendrick. Still a lot of the same people, and that is very important, I think, overlooked, because our sport really is a team sport, and the chemistry is really everything.
With 9 races remaining, Johnson is 8th in the chase, trailing Kevin Harvick by 16 points heading into New Hampshire. With the NASCAR Minute, I'm Carlos Diaz.
The results of a CT scan of a small puncture in Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo's lung shows the injury has healed, which could lead to him playing in the Monday night home opener against the Washington Redskins. Romo still has a fractured rib and is not a definite go for Monday night. Romo did not practice yesterday. If he is unable to play, backup John Kitna would get the start. After being evaluated by an independent neurologist and the Eagles training staff, quarterback Michael Vick has been cleared for all football activities, including Sunday's game against the New York Giants. Vick returned to practice Thursday, just 4 days after he suffered a concussion against the Falcons. That'll do it for sports. Back to you, Mitch.
All right, thanks, Cody. Still ahead, the story of one athlete who is not all about winning. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
into WVUT this Saturday night. At 8, live from Lincoln Center presents the New York Philharmonic Opening Night Gala Concert. Soprano Deborah Voigt joins Alan Gilbert and the New York Philharmonic for the Opening Night Gala of the orchestra's 2011-2012 season. At 10, Not in Our Town, Light in the Darkness chronicles the efforts of a Long Island town to address the underlying causes for a fatal 2008 hate crime by a group of teens. Austin City Limits at 11 features performances by Lyle Levitt and Bob Schneider, Saturday night on WVUT.
Yellowstone is a powerful, unstable place. Its immeasurable beauty and wildness draws us into our planet's mystery, giving us a rare opportunity to witness the raging heat that lies beneath the surface. From the cascading falls to the windswept grasslands, join us for Yellowstone, Land to Life.
An extraordinary act from a high school runner is grabbing a lot of attention in Minnesota. He stopped in the middle of a race to help an injured teammate, a rival teammate, as Ma Murphy reports.
Junior Josh Ripley was warming up with teammates at Andover High School. Clear across the metro at Lakeville South High, Mark Palauskas is walking with a limp and 21 stitches in his ankle. The boys are linked by Josh's selfless act.
One person wasn't slowing down and just got me in the ankle.
Another runner's spike pierced Mark's ankle. He began bleeding badly.
I could see my ankle bone and I just knew it was bad. A lot of runners passed me.
But then came Josh, who saw Mark on the ground clutching his ankle.
It was bleeding pretty profusely, yes. And I asked him if I could help him, and he said I could, so I picked him up and started running with him.
Just scooped me up and started running. I was like, whoa.
With Mark in his arms, Josh ran half a mile to the start of the race and brought him to his coaches. With Mark safe, Josh then turned around and ran the 3-mile race.
I had blood on my legs and arms after carrying him, and a lot of people thought I was hurt, but I had to inform them that it wasn't my blood and I was fine.
Josh is surprised he's getting attention for what he thinks is not that big a deal.
It's kind of crazy how you do something kind and you get recognized as much as I have been.
But for Mark, Josh's act of kindness is a very big deal.
I just want to say that I'm really thankful that for what he did. Stopping his race just to help me is really a truly wonderful thing that he did.
Wow, what a great story. And that's all for this evening. For Danny Taborn and Cody Cully, I'm Mitch Columby. Have a good weekend.
This is WVUT Vincennes.